Do you remember 1952?
Ladies and gentlemen, the story you are about to see is true.
What are they? Where do they come from?
Besides Dragnet and flying saucers in 1952, an organization was formed to protect dogs and cats, the Animal Welfare Society of Jefferson County. Since our humble beginnings, we've helped find good homes for thousands of abandoned, neglected, and abused dogs and cats.
The Animal Welfare Society was founded in 1952 by a handful of prominent citizens in Jefferson County: Mabel Venable, William Venable, W.P.C. Perry, Cora Chambers, and Forrest Brown, to name a few. The society was incorporated in order to help some of the homeless pets in the county.
Unlike many pet organizations, the Animal Welfare Society of Jefferson County doesn't destroy hard-to-place pets.
A no-kill shelter does not euthanize in order to make room for incoming animals.
I started working for the shelter in May of 2012, and I really have enjoyed every minute of being here with the animals. They do receive a full series of vaccinations and a wellness checkup, as well as other medical tests if necessary before they're placed. We do require a spay-neuter when they come in. If they are not already spayed or neutered, they are done here, and that we have been doing since before the state required.
The average budget has ballooned from back in the early 90s from $105,000. Now we are at $175,000 approximately. A lot of this is due to housing more animals, also medical needs.
That's especially true when a shelter animal has special medical needs, like Creamy, who required expensive knee surgery this year. But AWS has partners who assist in working with these special needs animals.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Hostler. My husband John and I own and operate the Greensburg Bed and Biscuit, and we've been boarding, training, and grooming dogs for 18 years. I have always found the staff and administrators of Jefferson Animal Welfare Society to put the needs of the animals in their care above all else. They are committed to helping those animals find a home that's going to be their forever home, caring for the health of those animals, making sure that before they're adopted, all of their health needs, spaying and neutering, those types of things are addressed through the process. We have been so honored to be a part of the rehabilitation of these dogs. When Mocha came and stayed with us last year after her major surgery on her leg, she required round-the-clock care and supervision. She went through several casts. She required a lot of one-on-one attention. Creamy was a dog that was very mouthy, playfully, but with a hard mouth, and didn't know how to settle herself down. She didn't know how to drop toys nicely. She didn't know how to have someone around her and around her food while she was eating. So I'm thrilled not only that she's made such a tremendous change in her behavior through the training that we've done, but now that I get to spend even more time with Creamy while she's here through her rehabilitation.
Since the shelter was built in 1985, it has had no major improvements, unless you count that out-of-control car that smashed into it in 1999. During reconstruction, we were able to get an extra 10 feet of office space.
Right now, space is at a premium, and we are really in desperate need of a good isolation unit. This unit would help us bring in animals to the shelter, but keep them separate from our current population in case there are any health risks that they might bring with them, and also so that we can check them out before they go into our general population.
Our shelter currently has the same air conditioning and heating system throughout the entire shelter. We do have separate rooms for isolating animals that are sick, but that does not prevent the spread of disease through the air filtration system. There have been instances when many of the animals have all contracted the same disease due to this difficult situation of isolation.
Well, we started the plan for the renovation program for the ISO project about 4 years ago, and have been working on it ever since. We hired an architect, we put a plan in place, we proceeded to go ahead with a bid to hire a contractor, and what happened is the bids came in too high, so we had to go back and put another plan in place and rebid the package. The contracts had been awarded about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and we're ready to move forward. We are very grateful to our state and county officials for sponsoring and helping us with this project. We couldn't do it without them. When we had to rebid, we had to strip the project down. We need funding probably in the range of $60,000, $70,000 to complete the inside of the isolation center. The majority of our funding comes from, other than the state and the local grants, the majority of our funding comes from our major fundraiser, which is the Valentine Perfect Buffet. And hopefully this is just one step that we move forward to renovate our current shelter as well.
People and businesses have supported AWS through thick and thin, and an isolation room is now possible thanks to our supporters and elected officials.
I think it is critical for a shelter to be able to have a space that new dogs come into where they are isolated from the dogs in the general population at the shelter. Controlling things, particularly things like kennel cough, can be very, very contagious, very difficult to control, and dogs can come in without showing any symptoms for a while. That's something that is very difficult. Things like parvovirus, if you bring in a puppy that has that, you have other puppies in the kennel, even if they've had some vaccinations, can be very, very difficult to control.
So far, the isolation room has been funded through grants from both the county and the state. But at this point, we're only able to build the outside structure of the isolation unit. We need an additional $60,000 to $80,000 to actually complete the inside of the isolation room. Well, we're excited to launch a new program tonight called Pathway to Success. What that includes is a 4 to 8-inch brick that has 3 lines with 14 characters. This brick sells for $75. We have an additional 12 by 12 brick that has 9 lines with 21 characters, and that sells for $150. And then for those of you that would like to have a logo on the 12 by 12 brick, that comes with 2 lines and 21 characters. Sells for $225.
Buy a brick today. Order here tonight or online at the website shown on the screen. Please help us complete this much-needed project and have your engraved name listed as a supporter at the AWS shelter. Buy now. A limited number are available.
How can you say no to this phase? The animals really need your support and are looking forward to your help with the isolation room.